What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Take a Time Out. This is episode 30. We're on 30 episodes. I see y'all haters that just click on our video to see if we're still going. Yeah, it was some football, man. I wouldn't call it great football. It was some football, man, and we're going to do our winners and losers for week 14. I'll start. This is a recurring segment, so check it out every week. My biggest winner, Greg Joseph. Yeah, Greg Joseph in the absolute best football game of all time. 3-0 win over the Raiders. He missed one right before half, and I was just like, I was looking up, like, what were the odds if it ended in a 0-0 tie on FanDuel. But I couldn't find it, but Greg Joseph kicks it, wins this for us. Yeah, great win by him. My biggest loser would be the Packers. For the same reason that the Vikings won. This was their chance to climb into that spot that the Broncos are looking at, that the Vikings are looking at. This was their chance to get an easy dub off of their crappy schedule, and they drop it to James's Giants. So, yeah, those are my two.
Shout out to Vito. 3 weeks in a row.
Yep. Can't fade him. I'll hop into my winner. So, my winner for this week is the 49ers. You solidify yourself as the number 1 seed in NFC. You've been hot these past few weeks, and, like, I even said this months ago, like, this is the time of year that you need to be getting hot. You have teams like the Eagles just, like, week after week, the past 2 weeks, they have looked worse. The Cowboys are still getting hot, but I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of alone. I mean, the Cowboys are still in that conversation with them right now, but they also whooped the Cowboys last time that they played, so yeah, I think that they're just the best team in the NFC right now. And then my biggest loser is the same as yours, is the Packers. Like, you're in prime position to, like, there's a lot of 6 and 7 teams in the NFC right now, and, like, there might be teams with negative records that somehow make the playoffs, and, like, that was your chance to catapult yourself in front of them, and now you're just right in the mix with everybody.
Yeah, and they're playing the worst schedule out of all those teams too. So, how's a shot?
So, I'm going to stick with the NFC for both my picks. Biggest winner by far is the Dallas Cowboys this week. Beating the Eagles at home. They're actually they're ahead of the Eagles in the division, so they would have home field advantage unless they played the 49ers as of right now. And the Cowboys at home are the best team in the league.
Yeah.
Averaging almost 40 points a game. Like, it's ridiculous. Biggest loser of the week is the Detroit Lions. I think these last couple weeks are where we see teams getting hot or cold going into the playoffs, and having a performance like that. I know it's a divisional road game, but that's a team that I would think it'd be at least a competitive game. You lose by 2 scores to the Bears. Just not a good look going into, like, these last couple of weeks where you really want to be in a well-oiled machine before you get into the playoffs. So,
Yeah, those were good takes. I guess I would do my winners and losers. I think you could probably guess where I'm going to go with my winner for this week. If you had to guess, who do you think I would pick?
the Cincinnati Bengals.
I mean, they did our winners, but no.
Joe Flacco.
Yes, sir. Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. Shout out Joe Flacco, 38 years old, man. Man's coming into this team, and he's already won the locker room over. He's bringing back that energy. Like, the Browns have had energy all year, but, like, just him having a veteran quarterback that actually can make throws. Browns look really solid on that side of the ball with him throwing the rock. Even with all these injuries that the Browns have had, we've lost a lot of players. So, shout out to them and their defense. They played great, and Martin Emerson with 2 interceptions. So, shout out Browns. But I also wanted to give a little winner. I'm not going to talk too much about the Jets and Zach Wilson this week. Came back from starting, and he actually played really, really solid. So, shout out to them. For my losers for this week, it's a lot of losers. I was thinking Panthers, but that'd be kind of boring. But we're just going to go with the Raiders. I mean, you played an NFL game against Dom's Vikings, and I almost went up with the Vikings here, but they won the game, so you can't. Yeah. The Raiders dropped 0 points and looked absolutely horrible. Might be the worst football game I've ever watched. So for that reason, I'm going to put them as a L for this week.
Yeah, and you could have also, one quick thing is put the Jets as a loser based off of nothing that they've done this week, just the simple fact that they kept Tim Boyle and then pursue a guy like Joe Flacco.
I agree. I could definitely lose. I'm just shutting out Zach Wilson.
No, I'm just saying that. Like, people don't talk about that enough. Like,
no, I agree.
Flacco, even when he was on the Jets the last time and they were losing a lot of games, he put up 300 yards, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I remember when he cooked the Browns.
yeah, and the comeback. Yep.
Yeah,
How
don't
ironic.
get me started on
Yeah.
that. I remember that.
All right, James, did you have a segment for us?
Yep. So, got a little segment for you guys. It's going to be name that backup QB in the league.
Name that backup.
Name that backup.
Half of them are probably starting right
Yeah,
now,
all
to be
of
honest.
These all are not starting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's only about like 6 that are not starting right now. It's going to. I mean, I want to say it goes easier and gets harder. At least I try to make it like that, but I guess it's all personal preference. I'm going to name the team, and then we'll go down the line, see if you guys can name the quarterback. So first we'll start off with the Philadelphia Eagles.
The backup quarterback for them?
The backup quarterback.
I think I know it.
He's white.
Isn't it Nick Foles?
No, Nick Foles isn't even in the league.
No.
Who's the one? Oh, I know it. I don't want to take a second guess, but I know it.
Oh, I think is it Mariota?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
All right.
I said he was white. Yeah, Mariota's
All right, we'll
definitely
start
not
with
white.
Dom on this one. Ravens.
I think he's Hawaiian.
Huntley.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
All right, 49ers, Kyler.
49ers backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, they had 3 at the start of the year. Now they have 1. Sam Darnold.
Yep.
And do they have another quarterback on the roster besides Sam?
I'm just going up with
Well,
their
Sam
backup.
Darnold.
All right. All right, Nate, back to you. Cardinals. He started a game this year for them.
Oh, Clayton Tune, isn't that his name?
Mhm.
Good, Nate. All right, Dom, Lions.
I know ball.
Just got activated this week.
Did he? Oh, it's that rookie from Tennessee.
That's their third string.
Third string.
Oh,
Who is the Lions backup?
it's Jared Goff's cousin. No, I don't know.
Hold on.
He's been a solidified backup in this league for a little bit.
It's not Hendon Hooker? I mean, yeah, you just said he's a third.
He's the third string. Yeah.
That's the third string.
I don't know. I really don't.
I want to say that they panned to him on the sideline during the Thanksgiving game. He was like sitting there with golf in his tablet. It's a white guy. I know this for a fact.
It's not.
Oh, then I have no idea.
Is it Tyler Huntley? I'm going to guess.
No.
That's the Ravens. Yeah.
I'll give another hint. He started a couple games for the Dolphins last year.
No.
Oh, it's number 50.
Teddy B.
No, I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot.
I
Bro,
forgot
I
Teddy
forgot about
Bridgewater's
that.
still in the league.
Well, when you wear number 50, I mean, you forget about somebody like that.
All right, so this one I think is probably the hardest one. I definitely wouldn't have got this. We'll start with Kyler. Kansas City Chiefs, their backup quarterback.
This one's he played this year when Mahomes got hurt. He's old as crap. He came in and let it drive down 100 yards down the field. I remember watching it. What's his name?
What is his name? That is what
I know.
we're all trying to
I
decide
literally
here.
remember watching it this year when Mahomes got hurt.
I have a name, but like.
Yeah, I have a name.
doubt.
Case Keenum?
Nope.
No. What is this guy's name?
I don't think he's there anymore. Go ahead.
I think we're thinking the same.
Matt Castle is not the
Is
No.
it? Is it Chad Henne?
No.
Yeah, that was my answer, too.
That was a good guess.
He was banging the drum, I think, on one of their games.
Chad Henne is 40 years old.
He is old as dirt. This backup
Right,
quarterback.
bro. Is Kyler right? Is he old?
Yeah, he is old.
He's old.
I want to say he's 35 or 36.
I can't remember his name. Dude.
He used to be a starter.
Yes.
I'm just thinking.
Not a
about
good starter. Like, he was never
who
like
would
a-
Andy Reid have as a backup quarterback? He's usually.
It is an old white guy.
That's what. Yeah, that's what
He
I'm
did.
thinking.
He played like week 3, I think, when Mahomes was out for a half. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
When he came in and drove down the whole field.
All right, who did he used to play for, if you know?
I know he played for the Jags. I know he was the last backup.
Oh, it's Blake Bortles?
That's a good guess. I think he was drafted by the Jags, and I know the last team he played for before the Chiefs was the Bucks as a backup. He was backing up Tom Brady.
I don't know. Is the last name Gano or something?
No, that's the Giants injured catcher.
Oh,
Injured-
it's
No.
It's not Rosen, is it?
no.
no, it's oh my gosh! When you say it, I'm I'm gonna lose.
I know I'm
it.
gonna be mad when
It's a white dude.
He's
and
backing up
He has
Tom
like
Brady.
long hair.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Gabbert.
Yep, Blaine Gabbert.
Gabbert.
That is someone you would get confused with Blake Bortles. Though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because that was a mess a couple years ago. It was.
Dang.
Is that it?
yeah, that's
was a
all I
hard one,
got
to
for
be
you
honest.
guys.
Yeah, that was a good
So,
segment. It really was.
tough.
Because got the brains working. Another segment that I have is fantasy football. Regular season has all came to the end. You're either crying or you're just having a high of your life right now, watching football every week. So we're gonna do fantasy football awards. These are all awards that I came up with today. So
Off the dome.
off the dome piece, man. So stick with us. First is gonna be the Johnny Manziel Award. The guy you drafted, and you knew you shouldn't have taken him. Everybody told you not to take this dude, but you drafted him anyway. I'll start. Traylon Burks. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they're like, Traylon Burks, stock down. D-Hop they barely passed, and they'll either give it to him or Westbrook Akine. So I was wrong. He's been hurt half the year. He's either been out or game time decision the whole entire year. And, yeah, I got killed on that one.
For me, this is by far the biggest fumble I had of my draft, and it is Najee Harris. Because until, 2 weeks ago, I've not seen him score more than, 10 points. And I didn't have any running back, so I was forced to start him just about every single week. And, if I could go back and change one pick, I probably wouldn't have drafted him at all.
Yeah, that's probably like a recurring. Like if we did this 3 years,
I
he
did
probably
that
would've won
last year. I
this.
had Najee,
Yeah.
so I know that feeling, man. I really
Yeah.
do.
I'm going to go with someone that's not on my fantasy roster in our league, but he is in one of my other leagues. Somehow I'm in the playoffs. Josh Jacobs.
That's
A
good
lot
one.
of people, when they pull up the stats last year, put up historical numbers, stuff like that. But when a running back gets that much usage, you usually see a big decline the next year, and we've been seeing that. I feel like every time I watch a Raiders game, it's a -2 yard rush from him every time.
Yeah.
So, and that offense just isn't good enough for him to be succeeding fantasy-wise. So.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good. Mine was actually so I don't want to say it's a complete bust, especially the last couple of weeks he's been playing really well. But for anyone that owns this player, which was a first round pick, you'll understand the feeling. So my Manziel Award is going to my very own Bijan Robinson. Had third overall pick. We had Jamar Jefferson go off the board, and I had the whole slate of players. Christian McCaffrey was right there.
Yeah.
But I think everyone knows everyone's hype for Bijan was the beginning of the year, fantasy wise on that running team. So I went with Bijan off of it, and my gut feeling told me not to, but I did.
No.
So him and Algier split snaps for the first 10 weeks of the year, and that was the most frustrating thing as a fantasy owner owning him. But he's been picking it up, but just because of those weeks, which I did start 0-8 to the season, 4-1 since then, I'm going to have to give him that Manziel Award because that's something Manziel would do.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. The Tom Brady Award. The guy you feel was a steal in the draft. Mine's Jalen Warren. This was in our league that we play here. Yeah, it's a dynasty league too, so I got him for the next upcoming future. Like Nate said, Najee Harris stock all the way down. This guy has been explosive in the very few looks he's gotten in the screen game, all that. He looks like a little Austin Eckler with some muscle on him. So give me Jalen Warren.
Yeah, my recipient of the Tom Brady Award for my team, and this wasn't someone I drafted, but I picked him up off of waivers right after week 1, and it's Puka Nacua. I saw that he had 15 receptions in the very first week, and then I went to go to the waivers, and he was there, and nobody had touched him at all. So that was definitely my biggest finesse of
it's a
the year.
He was a waiver winner for sure.
So my biggest steal of the draft, I'm going to go with Rashid Rice. Also in the Dynasty League we play, I think I got good value for the rookie, as every week I feel like he progressively gains the trust from Mahomes. He's getting more targets and receiving. It's just his production just keeps going up, and hopefully that's how it sticks with the future.
Isn't it back-to-back we're like 3 weeks in a row with 10+ targets a game
Yeah.
from him, which that's really good. That's like
They're
really
finding
elite.
more ways to use him.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he doesn't
Which
step
is
off
good seeing those
sides.
targets go up. I had kind of like 2 precipitants. I was really thinking about giving this award. I would just do an honorable for Jordan Addison. I didn't get him super late, but he played very well for a rookie. It was right up there with Nakua as like the best receivers out of this class. So kind of wanted to give it to him. But my biggest one I actually do want to give this award because he does start every week for me. He's healthy. Is Devon A-Chain for the Miami Dolphins. He had like 3 weeks where he just came out of nowhere, busted like 25. 1 week was for 50. I got him with like the second to last pick in the draft. I just remember getting a rookie running back just for the future, and I didn't think he was going to be like that. But every time he plays, and even with the split carries with Mostert, they use him in the receiving game. They give him the ball. He's averaging at least 13 to 15 on the low end at minimum. So I'm going to give A-Chain my little time.
How much did he have last night?
Yeah, 13. But the week before
because
that,
he sold me
he had
pretty hard
25.
last night.
Books.
He only got like 10 carries.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right, this is my favorite award by far. The Kyle Pitts Award. Absolute legend in fantasy for the wrong reasons. The guy you should have dropped, but you just refused to. You just wouldn't do it. You looked at it every week. You looked at drop. You stared at it. You put your thumb over it, but you didn't do it. Mine's Jahan Dotson. I went back and forth with this one so many times because I had the opportunity to, get his running mate. I could get Paris Campbell. Like, it's not a dynasty league, so this is my chance to like drop him and get some. I never did it, so it's mine.
Yeah,
you took it from me.
the person that I refused to drop, and I just should have, but it was Bryce Young. And the only reason I did it is because it is a dynasty, so there is still time with him. But man, you want to talk about if like the weeks that I started him, I think the most points he put up was maybe like 20 points. But there's weeks where he legitimately had like 3 points, 5 points. Like that is just you're not gonna win starting someone like that.
And that's saying a lot because Nate has Kyle Pitts, and he could have done Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
Kyle
that
Pitts
is saying a lot.
That's funny.
Tom had mine.
It's Dotson too?
Yeah, Dotson too.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people were high on him before the year.
I mean,
started.
I've even contemplated dropping him in our dynasty league, but he is only a second-year receiver, so.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I didn't really, contemplate dropping anyone. I guess one of the worst decisions I did make was probably what I just mentioned before the podcast. I went and got Jerry Jeudy for a second-round pick. Believing in the hype for himself, man. I just want him to succeed so bad, and ever since the trade, I think the max points he's put up is 13. So
Jerry Jeudy's so good at being a wide receiver. Like, he's good at everything besides catching balls.
Literally, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
He can do everything but catch the ball.
Yeah.
So and Sutton's basically what I expected Jeudy to be. So that'd probably be my little Kyle Pitts award for the year because he's been riding my bench for a second round.
I like it. All right, the Josh Dobbs Award. The player you kept dropping and picking back up. Everyone might not have one of these, but I got two of these. Sure. Honorable mention, Hunter Henry. I did this in almost every league I had because he was the only one on this offense scoring fantasy points. And my number one is Tyler Boyd. When T. Higgins went out, even when he's in, it's a tough one with Tyler Boyd, man. You never know when he's going to drop a big old 20 bomb on somebody's head. So those are mine.
No, I didn't really drop too many people because I'm about, I drafted this team. This is my team. We ain't just letting go of people and pick them back up.
Okay.
So I couldn't really find anybody.
That's cool.
Just for my other leagues, and I guess in this league too, is just because of how much quarterbacks have been getting hurt this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go with Derek Carr. Always seems like someone drifting on the waivers that someone's picking up or dropping every week, just to fill that void for the week, whether it be buys or injuries.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
This one I did a lot in our dynasty league, just holding them on for the future. I want to keep the player, but like you said, James, with buys and injuries, I've had to drop him I've probably dropped him 5 or 6 times this year and picked him right back up. And it's Jonathan Mingo from the Panthers. Outside of Thielen, he probably gets the second most targets. He actually had the most targets the last 2 weeks. I just want Bryce Young to be good so he can actually complete the passes, and he actually might be a solid receiver. But yeah, I've picked him up and dropped him like 5 or 6 times throughout this year so far.
That's a funny one.
Just throwing him on the bench. I swear it's random.
I want Bryce Young to be good too, man.
I do too.
Nate said it's
He
a
got-
dynasty league.
He got like 10.
It's a dynasty league.
Yeah.
He's got time.
Okay.
He's got time.
You know what I picture when I say that though? He kind of reminds me of DK. Comes from the same college. He's a big receiver. Just needs maybe a year or two to build some chemistry. After that team figures some stuff out. So we'll see.
And
It's also
creatine.
He's for the
Probably not
He's for the long run.
Not the hothead that DK is.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
All right, Nate, this one's for you. The Jameis Winston Award. The player that is either going for 30 plus, maybe not 30 plus, or 5, no in between. Mine's Devontae Smith. Goodness gracious. I got him in 2 leagues. One, I'm the number 1 seed, and I still got Devontae Smith. Like, dude, man, like, Jalen Hurts be doing something crazy to that boy A.J. Brown, man. Like, it's nothing else. Tight end or number 1 receiver, that's it. And then there's some weeks where I'll pop off, so that's mine.
I had quite a debate. It was honestly between Devontae Adams, and it's not because of his fault.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Brian Robinson. Because he was the only running back that I could kind of rely on. And then some weeks, he'd literally pop off for 25 points. 2 touchdowns, just going nuts. And then the next week, he has 15 carries for 40 yards, and then that's it. And he scores 4 points.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was just a hit and miss with him every single week.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a pretty obvious one here, Cooper Kupp. Someone that some weeks he
Booms.
showed glimpses of his old self. He's been good the past 2 weeks, so hopefully it carries into the playoffs, but you never know with this guy. And I don't really feel like it's his fault. It's just I don't know. I really couldn't pinpoint what the answer is, but we'll see.
Yeah, that first week I was getting texts like, Cooper Kupp better than Justin Jefferson, and then, and now they're both down bad.
Yeah.
This one kind of irks me a lot, I'm not going to lie, because there was some other names on the board when I picked this player, but I was like, this player's going to be a top 10 receiver this year, 100%. Because we were expecting Trevor Lawrence to have an MVP season. It was not an MVP season.
This is a good one.
So I'm going to go with because this has literally been the definition of him all season, Calvin Ridley. I mean, this boy has been the hardest player to manage in the whole entire world. I'm talking one game is 6 points. Next game he'll have 25 to 30. So I'm just like, what do you do? It's a little bit better that Christian Kirk's out because then they can just throw it to him only. But when Christian Kirk is in there, it's literally boom or bust. Just when do I play him or when do I don't? So I'm picking him.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is the final award. This is your 2023 Fantasy MVP, your most valuable player on your team. Whether you did good or you did awful, you still had a valuable player on your team. Mine is not in our league that we play. It's in my other one. Alvin Kamara in the 6th round. Yeah, Alvin Kamara in the 6th round ain't too shabby. Missed the first 3 games, and then he's been killing it ever since. So, yeah, that's my MVP.
My MVP is very biased, but it was biased when I selected him. It's Jamar Chase. Even though there were some weeks that he had a dud because of just Joe Burrow being hurt or just whatever. Overall, if you were to accumulate all the points that my player scored for me, he's up there at the top.
Yeah.
And for my number 1 overall pick, that's exactly what I expected.
For me, it's going to be someone I traded for, and I don't regret it one bit, and that's Christian McCaffrey. Just such a consistent player. On his worst, he's going to put up 20 for you. I don't really need to say more.
What was the trade package, though? I forget.
It was a lot.
So I gave up, in a dynasty league, I gave up a first, a third, and a fourth. Debo and Derrick Henry for CMC and Jalen Hyatt.
Shout out to Seth.
Yeah.
And Seth is currently winning the league with that trade package.
Yeah, he's 2nd seed.
Which I thought at the time was
I still think it's an even trade.
It still is.
I really do.
Well, looking at the time before the season even started, I was like, when we just started this Dynasty League this year and Seth made that trade, I was like, all right, league's over. Seth through. James is winning this year. I mean, you got to think about it on paper. You have JJ, C-Mac, Cooper Kupp. I'm like, all right, so what are we doing?
That was a conversation that we were having.
And I was like, Seth, your team looks horrible. And then anyway, James makes the playoffs. Somehow Seth ends with the best record in the league and is the number 1 seed. Shout out Seth for that.
He was choking the first game, though. Don't worry.
Shout out Seth.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, MVP.
Man, we all know how my fantasy season is going, man.
0-8.
We're just going to win this consolation bracket. We're going to come back strong next year, and I'm winning the next 3 straight. So I'm not really too worried. Maybe not 3, maybe 2. But anyway, my MVP for this season, there's not really a lot of highlights till just recently, but we're going to go with someone that's just been consistent all year. We'll just go with Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's been he's always put solid numbers up this year. I mean, that's kind of what you get when I picked him in the 3rd round. I mean, it's a versatile quarterback that can run and throw. It's good for fantasy. And, yeah, he's a minimum 20 a week if he doesn't fumble, but on upside, he can get up to like 40 points a week. It's crazy.
Hey, and you named your whole team after him.
Yeah, Marvel, but Lamar.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. That was our awards for fantasy football, man. The last thing we got is our PickEm. You know how it goes every week. We pick these things, and we're not very good at it. But it's another good Saturday. Well, this is our first Saturday of football. It looks really nice. 1 p.m., go shopping, go Christmas shopping. We'll get into it right now. Chargers are at the Raiders. I got the Raiders.
Yeah, give me the Raiders. Herbert's out rest of the year. They have Easton Stick starting for the Chargers.
Sick name.
And when Brandon Staley's still your coach, you're going to overthink too much.
Yeah, also give me the Raiders here. I expect them to actually score this week.
So a team that scored 0 points or a team that has a terrible coach and first week with no quarterback. This is a really hard decision, to be honest. But with that being said, I'm just going to go with the Raiders.
Vikings are at the Bengals. This they will be there, man. This is going to be a fun one. This is a good way to start off your Saturday. 1 p.m. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings, man. Got to. I'll be there.
Bengals. Not just the Bengals, but Bengals -3.5.
Okay.
JJ's back this week.
Yep. He's going to get locked down.
Yeah, I'm going to also take the Bengals here. Browning's looked good, and I can see him continuing it. Like, I don't see a reason not. They're at home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals as well.
All right, Steelers are at the Colts. Another, maybe this is a losers league town match. It might be. I'm going with the Colts. I don't know if Trubisky's ever looked worse. That's my case. Give me the Colts.
I forgot Trubisky was starting. It's in Indianapolis, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it's at home, give me the Colts, but take the under in this game.
Oh, man. Give me the Steelers. I don't know. I feel like Tomlin hasn't lost this locker room completely. I hope not. And the Colts looked terrible last week against a team that I thought they could beat. I think we all thought that.
Yeah.
Not me.
So I just don't expect the Steelers to drop 2. I know they looked terrible, but I still have a little bit of belief in them.
You know what's just crazy I was thinking about? So we just named 3 matchups, so 6 teams, and none of them have a starting quarterback. I mean, yeah, they're all back on quarterbacks started playing. It's kind of crazy. Just kind of just
the theme
this
of
season.
this year.
Yeah. But with that being said, there's not really much thought behind it. I'm just going to go with the Colts just because that's my gut feeling right now. I don't know.
All right, here's the starters. It's the battle of the starters. Really good Saturday nighter. Broncos are at the Lions. It's going to be good. Detroit's -5. I don't know how. They have not watched this defense, man. Give me the Broncos.
Oh, Dom. Whoa.
What?
Didn't think you would take the Broncos.
Yeah, no, that takes a lot for me to say, but it's getting towards playoff time, and that means bleep the division.
They've been heating up.
Yeah, screw the Lions, man. Broncos.
The Lions are absolutely on fraudulent alert, and if they lose this game, I don't want to see any of us putting any more stock into the Lions.
Yeah.
So because of that, give me the Broncos. Let's ride.
Okay, so I actually see this game being a little more of a shootout in prime time.
For sure.
Both season quarterbacks. I like the Lions at home in a dome. I want to take the Broncos so bad here, but I don't know. I just can't take them in this position. I don't see the Lions losing. What, that'd be 3 straight, right?
Yep.
So I just don't see them winning. They're losing 3 straight.
I'm just going to take the Lions just because of their running game and Broncos having the worst running defense. I agree with James. I think this is going to be a scoring game. Both offenses have been looking actually really good. It's kind of see who can put it together on defense the most. So, but I think the Lions are going to take it on this game.
All right, here we go with a couple poo-poo factor games. The Falcons are at the Panthers. Falcons.
Oh my gosh, these teams are terrible.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly. So just be prepared.
Give me the Falcons just because they are right there at the playoffs, and if they miss it, honestly, that's what they deserve.
Yeah. Also, give me the Falcons. I mean,
This
the
team
Panthers
has
will
one
probably
win.
win because I picked them. Just like every week, I pick the Falcons. So.
Yeah.
We're not going to slander Bryce Young. Falcons.
Yeah.
We said enough.
Bryce Young might drop a career high 16. fantasy
16
points.
Career high.
Bears are at the Browns. Now, here's a okay game.
I'm actually excited for this game.
I am excited for this game. Browns. I think one of the 7 quarterbacks shows up. I know there's a lot of field type right now, but there's still maybe he's narrowed it down. Maybe he's not always one of 5 quarterbacks, and he'll narrow it down just down the road. But give me the Browns, man. This defense is for real.
Yeah, you're right. The defense is for real. Joe Flacco's been playing really great, but give me Justin Fields coming back to Ohio.
Yeah.
To finish off, just to remind, Browns and Ohio State fans who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Browns here. I like Myles Garrett to get 3 or more sacks and solidify himself as the defensive player of the year in this game. I think he alone completely shuts down Justin Fields' running ability.
I agree. I was just about to say, well, obviously I'm the Browns fan, but yeah, like James said, this is going to be a career game for Myles, I think. I think Justin Fields is going to have a hard time against his defense. I mean, we play press and rush the passer. Justin Fields is not great at making quick decisions. So with that being said, I think their defense is going to smack them. And a little fun fact about the Browns, they are currently the team that's beat the most teams over 500 this year. And we've done it with 4 different starting quarterbacks. So shout out Stefanski as Coach of the Year. Even if we don't want to talk about it, it's up there in the conversation now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with the Browns just because of the defense. And Joe Flacco is definitely he's a game-managing quarterback, which we need right now. So
I didn't think about it, but winning 4 games or 4 or more games with 4 different quarterbacks in one season, that's insane.
and they've beat good teams, too. Like they're
that
not bad
shouldn't
teams.
happen.
Bucks are at the Packers. Another decent one in the 1 o'clock. This has got playoff implications all over it. It's tough. Packers, they're at home. It's going to be a bunch of cheeseheads. Probably not a lot of Bucks fans going to this game, so give me the Packers.
Give me the Bucks, just because, I'm a big Tommy DeVito guy, but the Packers can't lose that game last night. They just can't.
Give me the Packers. Someone has to break even here and become 7-7, and I think it's going to be the Packers.
This is a weird matchup, to be honest. I'm gonna predict it right now. I'm gonna predict the snow game for this Packers. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling
Weatherman over there.
I'm really feeling like it's gonna be a snow game.
Let's check the weather.
In the Packers environment, it's just gonna be like the little Christmas theme.
Okay.
We're gonna go with the Packers.
I like it. Jets are at the Dolphins. Whoa. Rematch from Black Friday. Dolphins bounce back, man. Give me the Dolphins.
Give me the Dolphins as well, even though that they look very, very fraudulent. Especially you can't lose to the Titans, but the Jets, even though Zach Wilson looked better, they are still a terrible team.
I'm going to make the safe pick here and pick the Dolphins, but if I were to do an upset of the week, I would actually pick the Jets in this situation. I think that win kind of lit a fire up their butt, and they have a scenario where they can make the playoffs when Aaron Rodgers comes back. So please take the points here. It's what you said it was -8.5, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I like the Jets to cover and even possibly win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Miami's having injuries.
No, I
as
agree. Actually, with everything James said. I don't know. Zach Wilson had a great week last week. I'm hoping he can just continue at least putting up similar stats to that. I think Garrett Wilson had like 15 targets, which they just need to keep doing. On the other end, we'll see how the Jets defense plays against this Dolphins secondary. It should be half decent. I could see possible an upset, but I'm going to take the Dolphins just to take the safe pick, though. But like James said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets did win this game.
I mean, it really all comes down to Zach Wilson's play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he plays like he did last week, I think the Jets have a real shot at winning this game.
I mean, we saw Will Levis cook him, so.
Yeah. And like James said, Aaron Rodgers is targeting like Christmas to come back, or like the Christmas week game, which would be crazy coming off an Achilles.
Oh my God.
I doubt
What are you saying, Dom?
There's no reason for him to.
I'm saying one thing. I hope somebody brought it up because Aaron Rodgers, I mean, like, you guys love him. I love him too, man. LeBron, he's got the same thing. Like, oh, the limelight hasn't been shined on me for more than 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm coming back. He's not coming back, dude. There's just no way. With that offensive line that he watches, I'm sure he watches every game. You're not coming back, bro. Like, just pipe down and go do some
Man, can hope.
Yeah, man.
Imagine he comes back week 16 consolation playoff time.
Yeah.
Me and Dom are playing for the number 1 overall pick. And Rodgers
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson 40 class.
All right, don't fall asleep on this next stretch. Giants are at the Saints. Man, somebody's got to win this game. You know, man, Tommy's agent, I hope he's there. Give me the Saints.
Nah, I'm not fading Tommy DeVito till it bites me, man. Give me the Giants.
Got to.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Tommy DeVito at all. I mean, it's a great story, and I love it, but he's still not that great. None of the Giants in that quarterback room are. Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, none of them are good. But what is good is our defense and Kayvon Thibodeau, so give me the Giants.
Kayvon's. Yeah.
I'll say the Saints have not been looking good recently.
Well, they're saying a concussed quarterback out there, and
Every week.
when they could have Jameis.
Yeah, another
Famous
concussed
Jameis,
quarterback.
Yeah.
baby.
Just pick it off Winston.
Famous Jameis.
Anyway, I don't know. I've liked this Giants energy that I've seen the last 3 weeks. They might not make the playoffs, but they're at least playing with some fight. And I think fight wins these type of games this time of year, so I'm going to go with the Giants.
All right. Texans are at the Titans. Now, this could be
Little rookie matchup. Will CJ playing this week?
I was going to say,
No,
what's
it
the
could
update
be-
on CJ? Does anybody know?
no, I don't know. But the line says Tennessee -2.5, so,
It's got to be him out then.
yeah.
I don't think so. Titans are at home,
Yeah.
coming off a good game, so.
Let me look up see a report.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans. Their backup is, man, we should have done this
Davis
one.
Mills.
Davis Mills. Davis Mills is
I wouldn't have done that.
played. He's played. He's seasoned. He's played a lot of games. So, yeah, give me the Texans to run this offense.
What do you mean by a lot of games?
Like, he's played a lot of crappy games.
Oh, yeah.
Give me,
Started.
I'm trying to delay this till we get an update on CJ Stroud. I'm just going to guess that, let's just say CJ Stroud.
Little
is
update
playing.
on CJ Stroud real quick. So he's been diagnosed with concussion. He's taken little steps to coming back to play this Sunday, but he's very questionable. So David Mills is currently like the starting option until further notice.
I'm going to guess that they actually still play him.
But they could possibly play him because they are in a playoff.
I
run.
think they will play him, but give me the Titans at home. I think Derrick Henry runs all over the yard.
Yeah, I'm with Nate on this one. Give me the Titans at home. All believing in their starting quarterback now, and that does something to a team. So give me Titans.
This one's iffy, man. Because like if CJ plays, this is a whole different story. That's probably why the line's at what it is now, because no one knows. We won't find out till Sunday morning. With that being said, I'm just gonna take the Titans. But if CJ plays, I would have picked the Texans.
All right, Chiefs are at the Patriots. Man, did this look good 6 years ago. Chiefs. Reluctantly.
So there's a report before I saw it right before I came over that Belichick's not even going to be the coach next year.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how true that report is. So I think he's gonna. I'm not saying the Patriots are gonna win, but I think that they somehow could keep this close. But give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs plus the points. I think they're all pretty pissed off. So I think they take out all their aggression on the Patriots.
I actually read that same report. They came out like 30 minutes an hour as we're making this podcast, but it was actually a couple sources that posted it. Bill Belichick will not be returning as the Patriots coach next year, no matter the circumstances, what they're saying. A lot of people are going to wonder if he's going to retire or go to a different team. I say he's retire. I don't think anyone
He
wants
would
him.
get paid to go in.
He probably would get paid, though.
Any type of sports analyst or analytics or anything like that.
But he's just old, and this Patriots team's garbage. Chiefs have not looked great, but I'm going to take the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes.
All right, 49ers are at the Cards. 49ers, frisky, though. Kyler Murray, go out with a bang. 49ers.
A 14-point spread, that's insane. Like, this is the NFL. Give me the Niners to win, and they're away. I know the Cardinals suck. I understand that. But, like, these are grown-ass men playing. So, 14 points is a lot. Give me the Cardinals to cover that.
Give me the 49ers. I don't disagree with what Nate's saying. But last time these two teams played, McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
For fantasy purposes, let's hope he repeats it. Give me the
James is
49ers plus
right
the
now.
points, baby.
Drooling over there.
It's insane. It's just insane.
Blowing
14
up.
points in an NFL game.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
There's nothing to talk about 49ers all day.
All right, Commanders are at the Rams. Man, there's a teaser sitting there, man.
This is a good game, low-key.
Yeah, but Rams.
No defense in this game.
At all.
Give me the Rams. I really like a Sam Howell rushing touchdown because for some reason he always gets one, like the last couple games. So, all the bettors out there, there you go.
Give me the Rams as well. They've looked good these past couple weeks. I forget who. They got this rookie. I think he's a rookie, Robinson. I like him for a touchdown this week for the Rams. That Washington secondary is terrible.
Bad.
I'm going to take the Commanders. I think Sam Howell might have a good day here. I don't know if rushing touchdown, I'm not counting it out. I actually could see it happen. I think Sam Howell's just going to go ballistic, though. I think he'll throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns this game.
Okay.
But same with Matthew Stafford. He could probably throw for 3, or Kyron Williams has a great game. So I'm going to go with the Commanders, but I would take the over on the points on this game.
All right, here we go. Cowboys are at the Bills. At the Bills, the line is Buffalo by -2.5. Vegas does it again. Cowboys. I know there's a lot of Bills hype, and if this was ESPN, we would have started the show with the Bills, baby. But give me the Cowboys. Tony Pollard is going to have a game. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. It's great and all that the Bills have been looking better, but you're running into arguably the second best team in the entire league.
It's a hard one to pick. Definitely probably going to be the game of the week. Cowboys do not play good on the road against good teams. But this is a game they need for seeding implications. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
This one's going to be, it's going to be definitely the game of the week. There's a couple ways I'm kind of looking at this. I could see, honestly, Josh Allen having a great game by some reason, but I also could see the Cowboys, De'Aaron Bland getting his 7th interception return of the year because he's playing Josh Allen. But with that being said, I'm going to take Josh Allen and predict that. So that's what I said that completely wrong. I'm going to take the Cowboys and predict Bland for his 7th touchdown for this game.
I like the under in this game.
Dude.
Is it a primetime game?
No, it's a 4 o'clock game.
No.
Ravens are at the Jags. This is the primetime game Sunday. Ravens.
I don't know why the Jags even started Lawrence last week. That was by far one of the most questionable things of last weekend. Did not look good. So give me the Baltimore Ravens as well.
It's at Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
The
Bengals just beat them at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
In primetime.
Yeah. Give me the Ravens. But the Ravens have looked a little suspect lately, so I expect this game to be close.
I feel like the Jags always keep the games close. That's what the Jags are good at doing. If Lawrence plays, which he should, it's going to be a close game. But with that being said, this Ravens team has looked really good on offense. Even their defense is a pretty solid defense. So I'm going to take the Ravens. They're the AFC leaders for a reason. And the Jags just really have not been impressive the last couple weeks, so that's why.
Eagles are at the Seahawks. Gino, hopefully. Fly, Eagles, fly, man. I'm going with the Eagles. I think they got to win one of these games down the stretch, and this is probably the one that they'll sneak out. So
My gut is telling me to go with the Seahawks, but I keep thinking about it more and more, and the Seahawks defense has not looked as good as they did at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna take the Eagles reluctantly, but if they get embarrassed again or even just flat out lose this game, I will not be surprised.
Yeah, give me the Eagles here. We just don't know who's starting for the Seahawks, and this would be 3 L's in a row for the Eagles if they lose this game, so not happening.
Yeah, if Drew Lock starts, just call the game over before it starts, to be honest.
Whoa. Relax.
Drew Lock's a little, bro.
Drew Lock
a little
ain't
competent.
doing none to the
He
Eagles.
didn't look that bad last week against the 49ers.
He really didn't.
It's going to look worse this week. So I'm going to take the Eagles.
Smoking. But yeah, that was the episode, man. Little about 50-minute pod, man.
Hey.
Stay with us on socials. Clips coming out daily after it pops up on YouTube. So, it was real, y'all.
Peace.